There's some rumors out there about the new Nikon. Now, these rumors are ad hoc, pure speculation. But if the source is reliable, then that means I could tell you several things. The rumor is that the Nikon full frame is going to be a 46 megapixel camera. Whether that's true or not, no idea. I do know that if, however, that rumor is true, and there's something of substance behind it rather than pure hot air, that it would have to be, by default, an RGBW sensor. On the serious issue, like on the 50 megapixel Canons, was really crap dynamic range. So you can't be up at 46 megapixels on a full frame sensory camera without crap dynamic range, because you're going to have teeny little DX pixel pitch on there. The limits of firmware and SNR conversion hasn't totally reached its limits, but is right the way the hell up there. The only way that Nikon produced that 46 megapixel and have decent dynamic range, and people go, wow, not only is it 46 megapixels, but it's got good dynamic range, is if it is an RGBW sensor. And that means I would also tell you that Sony's A7R3 for later this year is going to be the same 46 megapixel sensor. It must also, to handle those RAW files and JPEGs, specifically the RAWs, it must absolutely have dual XQD card slots. Must. So it's basically going to be a full-frame version of the D500. If these rumors are true, I know that necessitatively it cannot be a regular sensor. And since it would be an RGBW sensor, that means that Nikon and Lightroom and everybody else is going to have to come out with the interpolation software for the RAW files, since it's going to be kind of like an X-trans array, except it's going to be an RGBW array. So they have to be special wares to handle those unique RAW files. Secondly, if it is, as the rumor indicates, and it is only a wild rumor from any indication, that then it would mean that this is Nikon's answer to, let's say, stomp on the guts and sit on the head of Fuji in its 50 megapixel medium format. It's like, well, Fuji's got a 50 megapixel medium format, Nikon's like, so what, bitch, we got a 46 megapixel RGBW sensor which has incredible dynamic range and low light capability. That's the serious advantage of the RGBW sensor. I always told you this stuff runs 5 years behind. RGBW sensor technology was created by Kodak. They didn't actually produce it, but they invented it in 2007. By my calculation, that's 10 years ago. 2007. So, and it would have to have dual XQD card slots. So, if that rumor is true, those are the absolutely undeniable necessary attributes which must fall underneath that framework of a 46 megapixel full frame sensor. Necessitatively, it cannot exist any other way. It's like, we're going to stick 46 megapixels in this camera, we're going to stick, some old slow regular SD cards in there. It's like, oh my god, it's going to buffer for 1,000 years. There's no way Nikon would do that. So it'd have to be dual XQD card slots, and for it to be 46 megapixels, it absolutely undeniably must be an RGBW sensor, not a conventional bare sensor. In no way, because then it just have really crap dynamic range like the 50 megapixel Canons. Those things sucked. It's like, wow, it's a 50 megapixel Canon. It's like, yeah, unless it's got a lot of light, it's got really crap dynamic range, so the hell with that. Those cameras did not go over very highly. Did anybody else notice that? Who else is talking about 50 megapixel Canons? Did anybody else notice that? So if Nikon rolls out a 46 megapixel, which has really good dynamic range, with an RGBW sensor, with D500 autofocus capabilities, everybody's going to drop their crotches and start drooling like a hound dog looking into a butcher shop window. Did you hear what I just said then? Yeah, okay. Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Okay? Okay? It's raining outside. I hate rain. But I don't hate it as much as I hate snow and ice. Oh well. Bye.